Money long, chick, bitches grown, chick, haters mad, chick, in my bag, chick, going through a list of mistakes that I'll probably make again. The door is open, hot right in, blessings for you and your
Welcome
friends.
to another episode of Universe Radio Podcast. I'm here with my boy Josh. Episode 2. It's been a minute. Happy to be back though. You know, a lot of shit has happened. We've been on the road.
Back from tour.
God, we've been on the road. Album drop. Cooking up another EP. A lot of shit has happened. You know, so it's a lot to talk about. But I want to make this short and sweet, and we're really trying to make this as bi-weekly as possible, or at least monthly, honestly. But you know, a lot goes on, so we're gonna keep this shit going. I'm here with my co-host Josh, Theo in here.
Yes, sir. We got plenty to get into. Shit, why don't we just start off with what the crazy thing that happened on your birthday? It was a great start to your day. You know, we had all the friends surprise
Hell yeah,
Gucci.
that was
We had
cold
a
as fuck.
big brunch for Gucci and everything. Take the day, go to Six Flags. It's going to be a great day at Six
so
Flags.
birthday.
You take it away, Gucci.
Cool ass. I've never had a surprise before. That was on my birthday. Never. That was crazy. That was pretty cool. Set up by my mom, my girl, my friends. That was pretty cool. Shout out to y'all. That was dope. But later on that day, we went to Six Flags. We did a little shrooms, and you know, we ganged up. We get inside, get a ride. First time we get in like the first 15 minutes, we get on a ride. Bro, we get fucking stuck. Like, I lie to you not, like, on some joking, viral TikTok shit. We get stuck at the top of a roller coaster, like, dead in the sun. Like, this is in California, too. This is Magic Mountain, so it's hot as fuck. It's in the desert. I thought it was the shrooms. I can't lie. My experience, the first... I can say that didn't last too long, because after the first 30 seconds, the shit stopped being a joke. Like, after I noticed it wasn't a joke, like, my mind automatically went into, oh shit, it's hot as fuck. Oh shit, I'm stuck. Like, and then my phone was in my pocket, and like, I have a big ass Pro Max, and it's like I was fucking like buckled extra tight, and it was buckled to my phone, and I couldn't even move, and I couldn't even grab my phone.
Legs locked in.
It was hot, bro, and I was off it, bro. I was tweaking. I'm over here just looking at the trees, like trying to calm myself down, because I'm like, bro, you really stuck. Like, and this shit lasted for at least an hour. This shit was crazy. And it honestly would have lasted longer, because the dude walked all the way up to the roller coaster that was already there. And I'm like, what are they trying to do? And he's like, they're trying to get it going again. I'm like, well, what's the other option? Can we get off? And he was like, yeah, they can come get you off. I'm like, well, let's just do that. It's been a fucking hour. Like, why are you not letting us off this motherfucker? Just like, stop trying to run this shit. Just let us off. So we got off, but after that, it was a pretty cool day, man. The Tatsu roller coaster was
I've been
dope.
on plenty
What
of
was your
roller
favorite,
coasters
Josh?
throughout my life. That has never happened. That was something out of a movie. I mean,
Yeah.
literally sitting there baking in the sun for a whole hour. I mean, it took like 3 other roller coasters going through like 5 cycles for us to be like, all right, we gotta start screaming for somebody. Like, yo, we're stuck up here. The whole processing backwards with Buddy walking up the whole stairs just to like pretend to work on it for 20 minutes.
He was pissing me off.
Yeah, that
bro.
shit
He
wasn't
walking
fun.
back and forth like he was doing something.
Yeah.
Just to make us happy. And I'm like, nobody's
Yeah.
gonna say nothing. I gotta say something.
No.
It's my birthday,
No.
so I'm gonna say something.
Yeah.
Everybody else is a regular
Right,
ass
you gotta be
day.
the
So
hero, yeah.
of course, you're just like, fuck it.
You're gonna be like,
But
I
I'm
gotta
like,
fix
yeah, no,
this.
I'm
set
not
this
getting
shit
stuck.
right.
But
Yeah.
it was crazy. But my favorite roller coaster had to be Tatsu.
Tatsu was crazy. That being my first taste of Six Flags in a while was not that set me off to a bad start. But yeah, once we got over to like DC World and everything, all that stuff was awesome. I've never been to a Fright Fest there either, so I'm looking forward to that.
But let's get into some shows, man. I got into Breaking Bad. Shit is crazy. I tried it before
It took
you shoot
Alois.
me, everyone.
Alois insisting for Gucci to finally get into
And
it.
it's like I tried, but it just didn't stick. But now I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go through it. I seen the first season, but as I can see, the first season really is just a lot of setup, and the second and third is, really it gets thick. And I'm on the third right now, the beginning of the third, and the shit is crazy. It's funny because I've always thought, why the hell Aaron Paul is famous? I mean, he's been in some movies. Not that he's not like a good actor, but it's like,
Yeah,
I'm like,
that was
why
very
is he?
Yeah, especially for people our
Yeah,
age, like
like-
that show. Yeah, I feel like that
It
show
was very confusing. Why
obviously
he was
a cult
so
classic
rich?
at this point. So many people have gotten into it, but
Yeah,
I mean,
and I actually
we
heard
were
it
talking
got
about that
paid
the other
well.
day. He hasn't had. I mean, Aaron Paul hasn't had too many. I mean, like we said, BoJack Horseman, but that's a voice role, and he was in Westworld.
He got
and
some
stuff,
other.
but-
It was another movie
but,
I seen him in.
I mean,
actually.
what
He's
would
a
you
great
say are
actor,
some of
though.
your through season 3 of Breaking Bad so far? What would you say are some of your
My
key
highlights
takeaways?
of Breaking Bad so far, yo, the shit when Walt just watched the girl die was crazy. You know, I felt like that
Yeah.
was pretty. That was pretty wild. I thought he was gonna help the girl, but I feel like that wouldn't have helped his situation either because she was kind of warping bro's mind, and she was definitely about to use him for sure. Because once she found out she got that money,
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
it was
she
like
she
two
made
raps.
she made her stance towards Walt clear that and she was kind of driving Jesse away from him. But I feel like that moment in particular is very much like the point where Walt's whole ideology of I'm doing this all for my family, like I'm still a good person, I'm doing this for my family and everything. I feel like that it washes all that away. Once you watch him see a young woman die, or literally watch her choke to death, particularly choke to death on
yeah,
an
that
overdose
shit's
of
wild.
heroin. I believe,
She
but,
already knew. She was telling
Yeah.
Jesse, sleep on your side, babe. I'm like, oh, you a professional junkie.
Yeah.
That shit's crazy. But honestly, from a character developing stance, it's honestly a great show. Cause man, really looking over, they really develop these characters, and they really give them life, and it's like so much about them
Yeah.
that you really become a fan, and you get favorites, and you really feel a way about certain characters, and it's kind of weird, like how I feel like everybody now hates Walt's wife. Just for no reason. She's not even wrong, but just hate her just because that's just the
Right,
energy of
she's
the show
the
that they
quote unquote
developed this
villain.
to.
Yeah.
And just seeing Walt go from
Yeah.
really a chipper guy just to really, bro, just be sitting staring, going through these
Yeah,
phantom states.
The contrast, like you're saying, the contrast between like their family life and I guess in the first, at least season 1 and season 2, them like holding together the illusion of we're just this struggling middle class before Walt obviously comes clean and tells her what the plan is, and then obviously once he comes up with that first sum of money, the like I said, the contrast between that and just like the side characters that it's just. Having never been to New Mexico, I feel like it paints a very vivid picture of like what that sort of criminal underground scene is sort of like with a lawyer like Saul Goodman and
Just
the
meth.
whole meth world and everything. Yeah.
But what else we seen lately? We went to go see Alien Romulus. That was a great movie.
That's right.
I honestly always been a little fan of alien movies, but just really got into it this year. And it's funny because I got into it this year on some very random shit, like honest, innocent shit. I didn't even know it was a new Alien going to come out. I didn't even know about Covenant. Like, I knew about it because I've seen it on cable or just seen it just randomly. Sometimes I'm so old. But I didn't really put 2 and 2 together that it was actually a timeline and this was actually aliens, like AVP Aliens, because I feel like that was probably the most famous movie when I was growing up that has to deal with aliens. It's AVP. I wasn't born in fucking 1990, or 80s, so I don't.
Right. The franchise kinda took a break
I wasn't a fan
there.
of Sigourney Weaver one. It was more just AVP and Predator
Right.
and shit like that I kind of knew about.
Like we know her
Yeah,
in
exactly,
Avatar.
exactly.
Like that's about
But
it.
Romulus was cool. It was incredible actually. It was we seen it in Dolby, and that shit was really wild. The sounds,
Turned it
hearing
up
every
a notch.
sound of the aliens, the starship. It was a lot of different cool things that was going on about the movie, and I feel like they set it up perfectly. Really for the next one. It's so many ways I feel like they're trying to go with it, and it kind of gets confusing. But I mean, all in all, it's a 8.5.
Yeah, it was very
out of
solid.
10 movie.
I mean, people talk about how tired they are of Hollywood sort of recycling ideas and themes from franchises and everything, but I feel like this one in particular did a really good job of not like force. I think the original Alien does the same thing with not really forcing Ripley into the main role until sort of the crew gets picked off one by one, and it does sort of the same thing with Rain in Romulus, where she's sort of the sixth man of the team. Honestly, she's like the least reluctant to go on this mission. and yet comes away surviving
Them
with
Facehuggers
Andy.
is mean as fuck. What the fuck is that? The promo they did for that shit was pretty cool too. I can't lie. If you seen the videos in California of the little Facehugger shits, I think that was pretty cool. I like when they bring real life into marketing and shit. Like, remember when Smile had random ass people just smiling at games and
That
shit?
was
Like,
wild.
I actually enjoyed Smile. I can't wait for Smile too. Oh, we also seen Trap. M Night. His
Night.
ode to his daughter. He really just trying to put his daughter on as her little singing career.
Really?
It wasn't honestly a movie. It was I could see it be a great concept of a movie. And they were like, it's M. Night, fuck it, give him the money and green light it. Or he just probably just came up with the money himself. Honestly, it's honestly, when you think about it, it's a great movie, but the execution kind of fell off. But it was cool. Like, the twists and turns. My main thing about it, I just wanted them to keep the secret that he was the killer, or he was...
Yeah, the
looking
marketing
for.
giving that away kind of took away some of the suspense there. But I feel like the depth of his character and just how, such a great performance by Josh Hartnett that it's you don't get lost in the fact that you already know he's the killer just because you're so invested in, like, even his interaction with that t-shirt stand guy. You don't know. He helped him, but like, is he gonna kill him? Is he gonna brutally kill this guy right here? And
too, by the way. And if you haven't seen Trap, Trap is a movie about this middle-aged dad taking his daughter to a concert, who happens to be M. Night's daughter, Ashaya, I think. I'm not sure. And it's basically a trap. He finds out that it's a trap, that they found out that there's a serial killer on the loose, and he's coming to the show. And once he finds out, he's really just trying his best to get out. But they've set up every direction, every gate, that they're watching every gate, police everywhere, and this is honestly the craziest shit ever. And once you find out that he's trapped, and then there's just basically an over narration of, I guess, one of the, I don't know what you call them, people that really just point people out and give them the characterization. I don't really know. What do they call her? The old lady? The FBI,
the FBI profiler.
Yeah, she was a profiler. And she's just narrating everything, just talking about, the killer. Couldn't find out his wife. Oh, actually, if you don't want to see it, I'm not even going to see the whole thing. But you should see it.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. But yeah.
Great
crazy movie. I mean, as with every M. Night movie, it's
6.5,
the
7.
suspense is there all the way through. Yeah, I think, certainly a notch or two below Romulus in terms of, I mean, it's so filmmakers want to make more grounded thriller movies, but it's like, if you take the alien concept and make it your own spin of a horror movie, it's both a horror movie by itself and a great alien movie that people love. So people are very fatigued and seems like done with franchise movies, but I think it's proven every year that you can take one and do something cool with it. So I will always still go see them.
Facts. What about what else we seen? Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't think we had a chance to talk about that. That was a cool movie. I mean, from a movie standpoint, it was alright. But from a Deadpool fan standpoint, that shit was great. Just because I'm a fan of the series, a fan of Marvel. It was pretty cool, and a fan of Wolverine too. But it was. I feel like it was a lot of shock value in it. And it was some of the things was kind of expected. But what I really liked and I enjoyed was them trying at least to piece the story together. Which I'm a big fan of Loki on Disney Plus. And the TVA just added into it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And how they brought out Fantastic Four dude, the Johnny Flame.
Oh Human Torch. Yeah,
instead of him being Cap.
Yeah, that misdirect was awesome. I had that fucking spoiled for me the day before, or I think it was the day of that I saw it. And
I really thought it was Cap.
And then once he, the way he goes out, I'll just say that is. I mean, I guess people have seen it at this point. If you haven't seen it, go fucking see it.
Yeah, they definitely seen it
when Nova like rips his skin off. Right. When Nova rips his damn skin off, I was like, what the fuck? I thought he was gonna be like a factor in the movie, but
Nah,
but yeah, I guess it would have taken a lot. It would have eaten
Yeah,
up too much of the
facts.
budget to have Chris Evans like actually
Would've been
co-star
weird,
in
too.
that
Nova
shit.
was a
So,
crazy
but
villain.
but yeah, the little team they built with Elektra from the Daredevil movie and Blade obviously, and then that Channing Tatum.
Hey yo,
Gambit
I love
movie that
Channing
never
Tatum.
actually
That's
happened,
probably my
but-
favorite. I like
Yeah.
that better than him in 21 Jump Street, honestly. Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself. Yeah,
I don't know. Those movies are so. We just watched them the other day. Those movies are
They
too
are.
legendary.
They are.
I don't know if I'd put it up against that.
I love his
but yeah,
little part.
he was very great. It was a good little comedic
I don't
mix
know.
in. Yeah,
The shit just actually, honestly, when I first heard it, I was like, Then as the movie went on, I'm like, oh no, this shit
grows
golden.
into
This
it
shit
for sure.
hilarious. What else we got? We got fantasy football. We started another
Yep.
little league. This is probably the second year of little BBG's fantasy football league, and we ramped up more than ever. You know, I had 2 leagues actually this year. Little fan league, and I have a
2
family
leagues, 32
and
teams.
friends league, and getting my ass kicked. Going just
To put it lightly.
very, very harsh.
Well, I mean, hey, it's not your fault. The Niners totally lied to everybody about Christian McCaffrey's status going into the season. They said he was going to play week 1. Now here we are in week 2. He's about to go on IR. So, and with the first pick, that kind of fucks your whole season.
So if you didn't know, I picked fucking CMC first pick, like any smart betting man would. And I got fucked it in, but hey, I'm confident when he comes back. It's probably week 4. We're going to go on a 10-game win streak with him. He's gonna be a dog still. I feel it, but I'm really just in the midst of just trying to find myself, aka find my team. 'Cause I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Cause I got Aaron Rodgers as my starting quarterback, and now I just picked up Baker and fucking Matthew off waivers, and I'm trying to make something work. I'm just trying to. I'm wishing on a star.
We just made a little desperation trade, a little bench swap. Alex Madison for Brandon
And
Cooks.
then Waddle's injured. I
Which
mean,
need
Waddle's
a
not
running
injured,
back.
but he was
I could
injured
use some
last
receiver
year,
depth.
and now Tua's
Not doing anything.
is I don't know, a fat fuck that needs to retire. Like that.
Nah, he keeps slamming his head into the turf, and it's like you're gonna he keeps giving himself concussions. So,
Alright, yeah.
and you know now the talk is
rich
all
as
about
hell.
forcing him to retire and everything.
quit.
I mean, we were just saying that's
Alright,
not
brother.
likely to
You're
happen.
not, you're not gonna.
Meanwhile, Theo last night got fucking 29 points
Oh,
from
yeah,
James
Theo
Cook. You
definitely
lucky
had 29
bastard.
points to James Cook. It's gonna be the week. Every week, one person's gonna get that lucky.
I mean, yeah,
see that.
Saquon went I think Saquon could keep it up though.
4 touchdowns.
I mean, for the 11th pick, if he gives me fucking 30 points every week, I'm running all the way to the ship. Shit.
Right.
Shit.
Should my Panthers though. Bryce Young, I just got a graded 2023 absolute Bryce Young rookie card, number 101, 10 out of 10 too. Early investment because I ain't gonna give up on my boy, not yet. Maybe week 4 I might give up, but not yet. But I don't know what the fuck going on. Derek Brown's on the injury reserve now towards MCL. Because I honestly didn't see that wasn't him. That wasn't him actually last week. So something obviously was wrong. But we have Shaq Thompson back this year. Jason Horn got burnt a couple times. So I'm trying to figure out what we on. But I feel like, hey, I seen a bunch of interviews from our vets. We sounded like we got the thing on our, we got a right amount on our shoulders, but I don't know.
Going up
Honestly, I
against
thought
him
we
in
just
Madden, it's
17.
like seems like the only reliable dogs. I mean, aside from Brooks and Sanders, the couple rookies on offense, but you don't know how they're gonna build from there. But obviously, Thelen is still reliable. Bryce
gotta
just
step up.
you got to get him some time in the pocket.
He got time.
He's
We
got to
got
step
top
up too.
5
He's got to like scramble,
top
make
5
create some
lineman
time for
PFF
himself.
grades, bro. This past week, so he's got time. Now he has to get.
I
used
can't
to that
remember.
shit
Did
and
he
make
get?
plays,
Was he
but-
getting sacked against the
Yeah,
Saints?
he got sacked 4 times. The cornerback had.
But
3
yeah, I
sacks.
mean, hearing Canales sort of at his halftime report, even being down like 30 points or whatever it was, or his
Yeah.
halftime interview, he seemed very positive. He seemed like a good leader for the
Yeah,
team.
no, he
so, I
definitely
mean,
he always keeps his composure.
things are looking up in that
For sure,
direction, I
for sure.
guess.
He always keeps his composure, and it doesn't help.
Definitely better than Frank Reich.
Yeah, it doesn't help our defense giving up 50 points either. So, what the fuck? And honestly, the way the first week going for a lot of people, I'm not too sad about it. So once we get to week 2, week 3, and he's still doing the same shit. And actually, we put together 1 or 2 great drives that I was really confident about. My rookie Xavier Legette looked great. Had like 4 or 5 catches. Had to pick him up on fantasy draft. my other rookie Jonathan Sanders had like 2, 3 catches. I'm sorry, but he got to get used to the size of the NFL motherfuckers because he got to do a lot of blocking at tight end. But everybody, things look cool. I feel like Bryce is gonna have to get used to throwing to short ass Deontay because they're both literally height to height, like brother and brother. So they're gonna have to get used to it, or Deontay just gonna have to really just, But we're gonna see. It's a long season ahead of us.
Right, that's the attitude for sure. Vikings, my Minnesota Vikings absolutely demolished the Giants last week. Going up against a buzzsaw against the Niners this week, though. But we're riding with Darnold. I think the term is sympathizers. That's the term ESPN is throwing around for people believing in Sam Darnold again. But yeah, I mean, I think there's lots to be excited.
Darnold want to play like fucking.
I mean,
Eli Manning
Still got Justin Jefferson. We got Aaron Jones. I think Hawkinson's coming back week 5, I believe. So, I mean, it's basically the same team as last year. You're just swapping in a skilled quarterback for another skilled quarterback. We improved on defense. Yeah, I think the Vikings will shock a lot of people this year. I think the win total over under going in was like 7.5. I think they could easily get to 10.
Nah, the Vikings look good, man.
I forget. What'd you say the other day? You'd be happy with how many Panthers wins?
With 5.
5.
I'd be happy with 5
on. Well, I guess 5 would still put you in position to get like a quarterback, or not a quarterback.
Hey, we won 2
quarterback.
Games
What you
year.
need? I mean, Mike Jackson's.
I mean, honestly, I feel like we can win 8 if we actually play to our potential. But I mean, at the least, I want to see is 6.
Yeah, I mean, if you can win the division games at home, against the Saints and Falcons, and knock them down a peg. I feel like the Saints being at home for that game was such a big factor.
It's going to be a grinded out game. I mean, it helps that we play them later in the year, so maybe we have put something together. Because we have some good options. After that first game, it's not like we had, you just got to take the good and the bad. So, but we're going to see, man. We picked up a lot of vets, picked up another edge, but
you want to
get to it.
You want to get into the Canada dates, sort of tease those?
Sure.
Well, the last playing the Canada tour.
Going on a new tour. Starting in Washington, D.C., going to New York, Chicago. And that's 3 dates that, y'all really be wanting me at. So definitely got to show up. The 2nd, the 3rd, the 6th.
For real.
And then we're going to Canada, Toronto on the 10th, Vancouver, British Columbia on the 19th, October 20th with Black Cray. Montreal on 20th. Pull up, man. Last playing in Canada, man. We're just trying to keep it moving, man. It's been a odd year, but we pushing, just putting out more music. Baby 5 out now. Got some good motion with that. 1 million streams already on Spotify. Clap it up.
Yes, sir.
Woo, Baby 5. Nah, it's definitely pretty cool having because we worked Theo and me worked our ass off on that album. So it's like,
for real,
it's definitely, it's definitely cool to see people actually, listening to the shit.
Victory lap. Yes, sir.
But tomorrow shines the darkest dawns. I don't know. It just sounds like a cool thing. We just gonna keep it moving. Basically, simply like that. Oh, I can't wait to see Penguin too, by the way. I can't wait to see that.
Right? Next fucking week.
Great reception so far.
Oh, shit. I mean, I guess at this point, it's...
What is it, the 16th, right?
But yeah, that would be so dope. Let me check. That review I read was like praising it.
Oh, it's the 19th.
Mesmerizing crime thriller. Oh, the 9th.
Friday, I think. Next Friday.
I feel like HBO normally does their big shows on Sundays. And then there's also that Dune prequel coming out this year.
Gonna be fire.
Focus on the Harkonnens in the Bene Gesserit, sort of laying the seeds of sort of why Paul Atreides might be the Messiah that it sort of paints him as in the first 2 movies. That's right.
The Agib, the Al-Gaib.
Oh, the Lisan Al-Gaib. Yes, sir. Yep.
The Muad'Dib.
Yes.
Usu.
I mean, how much
you have to
acid
watch it.
did Frank Herbert have to take to come up with those names? Like, and he wrote a whole other language. I mean, I think it's same thing with George R. R. Martin. When you build these types of like fantasy worlds, I feel like there's a certain amount of hallucinogens you have to take to sort of devise those ideas.
Nah, literally. But I mean, I feel like you have a good imagination. You start building on something, and I feel like it's damn near easy. But honestly, at the 60s, it's not. Now, I feel like you have a lot of references to go off. But speaking of them two, because they were doing this 20, 30, 40, 60 years ago.
I think this is sort of an anecdotal. I think I read this on Twitter, but the original inspiration, the event that inspired Frank Herbert to write those books was he was born in Oregon or Washington, somewhere in the Pacific Northwest, and he did some hallucinogens and went into sort of the Oregon deserts and stuff. He's an environmentalist as well, so he was sort of captivated by how it had kind of been devastated by man at that point. I need to look into it more, but just the idea of that, just seeing, and myself spending a lot of time in California this year, it's seeing this country, the beauty of this country is kind of crazy. I mean, people that live here, it's just regular to them, but yeah, I mean, there's lots of inspiring places throughout this country. Going on tour this month, seeing these places again. Yeah, it's been really, really inspiring.
Definitely. I love traveling. I love traveling. Traveling is definitely one of my favorite things to do. Especially definitely the West Coast. The West Coast is beautiful. I've been to the Grand Canyon like twice. That shit is definitely like a painting in front of your face. Like they painted the landscape. It's real crazy. It's not nothing that you see it, but honestly, seeing it in person is probably it's even more breathtaking.
I mean,
it's like you've never
where
seen
was
it
that like Amish sort of?
I think that was in Pennsylvania.
Settlement. Was that in Pennsylvania? Yeah, I mean, the contrast between like the California mountains going from LA to San Fran, like that view
going to the other coast,
all that greenery in Pennsylvania.
Just rolling green hills and trees.
And it's sort of cliche. It's sort of cliche to say at this point that every state in the U.S. is sort of like its own country, as opposed to like Europe or South America, where countries are very small and
it is basically their own country.
Very defined cultures of their own. And states cultures aren't quite as diverse as separate countries, but it is very much a different like landscape. It's a very different world. Like I said, that's another cliche way to put it, but it's true.
No, literally. I feel like it's so cool. Even if it's not too different, there's always something that another state does or that they're known for that another state isn't. Even if they're close, food that they like, the type of restaurants or anything is. It's just pretty cool. And even if you're comparing size, the damn near should be their own states, honestly. I was reading that California, if there was his own country, it would probably be like third or fourth in GOP, which is insane. Let's get into this new project I have.
Yeah.
Anti. EP. Kind of EP, short LP. I don't know. We're working on it. But it's,
whatever you want to call it.
It's going to be, I don't even think I even thought about the words for it yet, because I haven't really been able to divulge in it. But it's been pretty fun to work on. I mean, as always, it's a little bit more off the edge than usual than I feel like people want me to go. I mean, and it's some classic shit on there as well, and just working with different producers and shit like that. So who knows? You might like it more than anything else, but I feel like it's fire regardless. So. But coming hopefully October, probably at the end, if not, maybe November. But I'm rushing this shit out, trying to get this shit out to y'all because it's basically done. Just working on some edge ups, some shit like that. But anti, get into the energy, man. We still going. Baby 5 out now. Been out for a little over a month, and just really trying to goddamn make my imprint back on this shit.
If you with us, let us know. Like, and especially in terms of like songs coming up for Anti, good. This is a little insight into Gucci and Theo's process. Gucci will make 2 songs one day, Next day, we'll make 2 fresh ones, swap them out on the project, and those songs y'all will never see them. They'll never see the light of day. So if you're with us, you gotta let us know. You gotta push these songs. You gotta yeah.
They'll never see the light of day sometimes, but we outside, man. I guess we'll wrap it up for now. It's another episode of Universe Radio Podcast. Deadpool Wolverine new single out now. We out.
What it is, ho. Hey, come on over and I can show you why I leave it, though. Diamonds on me, they so cold, they don't chill, ho. I don't really want the drama, I kill, though. I ain't been gone, I promise won't be long. I ain't control whatever I be on. Baby, know a nigga green, call him CeeLo. I can't let them intervene like a PO.